everybody.
We are the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro, and we have some wonderful people helping us with the service today. We have Greg and Sheila Flosson, who
Hi, everybody.
and make sure that everything runs good. We have Stephan Anthony, our resident affirmation king and prayer reader, and he just does everything. And a very special guest artist today, our lovely and most talented Susan Clark. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
We're going to get started with invocation. So if you would join me under your eye, getting comfortable on your feet. And together we recognize that we follow that one presence that is an eternal loving spirit that is here, it is now, it is with me, it is with all of you. It is never separate. It is always consistently guiding and directing. It is the love force of the universe, the creator of everything that is, was, or ever will be. And I know that this wonderful presence that gives its love to all of us is here today, guiding us through this service. And everybody receives exactly what they came to receive. And the service unfolds in perfection. So very grateful for knowing this truth, for accepting it, and for embracing it. And in this sense of gratitude, I release, let it go, and allow it to be. We begin to say, and so it is.
So it is.
And so it is.
All right, we have a song by Susan. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
Good morning again. And I'm going to do a song by Charlie Thweet. This is Charlie Thweet, Thweatt. And it's called Heaven Opens to You. And it's very simple. So I'm hoping you can all sing along in the comfort of wherever you are this morning. Okay. Heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to me, making everything new, making everyone free. The same thing, heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to me. Heaven opens to me, making everything new, making everything new, making everyone free. Hold on just a second. A little technical difficulty there. I was just getting into it. Sorry about that. Let's see here. No use in hiding. There's nothing to prove. Angels are guiding your every move. Heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to me, making everything new, making everyone free. Heaven opens through you. Heaven opens through you. Heaven opens through me, making everything new, making everyone free. Out of the shadows, into the light. Brave new tomorrow, shining so bright. Heaven opens to you. Heaven opens to me, making everything new, making everyone free. I'm going to repeat that line. Making everything new, making everyone free. One more time. Making everything new, making everyone free.
Yay.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. That put us in a good mood.
It
Good, good.
We got some announcements to make, and we'll be right back for another song.
Okay.
See you in a minute.
Thank you.
So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. Check out our website at cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us and add yourself to the email list. You can go to prayer requests and request a prayer, and we'll pray all week. And there's blogs out there, and lots of them, because you've been writing them for a long time. And the affirmations are out there, as well as a affirmative prayer or treatment that Stephan writes every week. And there's also a history of them. So there's lots of prayers and things. If you're ever feeling like you just need to read a prayer or read some affirmations, they're out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. About to go off. Today's title is Blissfully Speaking, and our guest artist, you've already, you need to say it.
You already saw and heard. This is the book of the month. It's called The Art of Being by Dennis Merritt Jones. And we're going to have a good selection from it while my wife is going through her little coughing thing. Is there any more announcements? Let's see.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Saved by the Stephan.
Yeah.
I think it's affirmation time, right?
It is.
And there they are for this week. The universe provides me limitless gifts to live to the fullest. I respond to all the situations with compassion and love. Creative energy flows through me always. A positive mental attitude guides my thoughts in every moment. I begin the day overflowing with joy and gratitude in my heart. My oneness with Spirit is the source of all good in my life, and so it is. And today's reading, as Reverend Michael showed, is from The Art of Being by Dennis Merritt Jones. Can you remember the first birthday gift you were given? It was probably all neatly wrapped in a box with brightly covered paper and bound with bows that seemed to take an eternity to remove before you could get to the goodies. Can you remember the delight you felt when you discovered the gift inside? Now, can you imagine yourself as that gift? I believe each of us came into this human experience because we are on a divine assignment to bring our gift to our earth family. The gift we each bring is unique and unlike any other. It's a one-of-a-kind gift which can never, even in a million millennia, be recreated. The challenge, however, can sometimes lie in figuring out how to get the gift open. God was ever creative in this endeavor because God wrapped this gift in an amazing package, your consciousness. It's true. The gift you have brought to share with your family of the earth lies in who you are, or who you believe yourself to be, is the gift you bring. Can you feel the delight of this delicious truth? You are a gift to humankind and the planet, tightly wrapped and waiting to be opened. Once we become conscious of the fact that we are on a mission to reveal this gift to the world, we might wonder where and how we begin to unwrap it. There is so much stuff to remove before we get the gift itself. In many cases, I believe we already know what lies within the unwrapped gift of our being. We are just uncertain and fearful that if and when we do reveal it to the world, it may not be well received. Let's face it, there is nothing worse than giving a gift that isn't appreciated and welcomed, right? So we spend a good amount of our life looking at the wrapping that covers the gift, and we use the excuse that there's so much stuff wrapped around that it would be easier to leave it unopened. Often, there is so much needless shame wrapped around the gift that we hold back on giving our authentic self to anyone. This is why Wayne Muller encourages us to clarify who we are. We are defined by who we believe ourselves to be and by what we love. Who we are is no less than the sacred essence of God itself. The question is, do we know this? Once we are aware of this truth, it automatically makes the gift that we are acceptable, just as it is. This awareness and acceptance leads us to take actions that brings us closer to what we love. In so doing, we begin sharing our gift with our family of the earth. Don't hold back on giving what you have come to share. The gift of you really is quite unique, and that's what makes it wonderful.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, powerful. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. We have another song.
We do.
So we're going to go from this wonderful reading to a wonderful piece of music by our beloved Susan Clark.
Thank you. Thank you for those words too, Stephan. Just here is my gift for you, exactly as it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a song by Amy Steinberg, one of my favorite New Thought artists. This is called Power. There's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making you or me. There's power in a word, vibrating at a frequency. There's a power inside that power inside that power. Is love, 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 love. You can feel it revealed when an open broken heart begins to be healed. It breaks like the sky when the long dark night starts spinning on the wheel of the world. Watch it rise. Out of the ashes comes another day of bright light shining through your perfect blue eyes. So much surprise every single time we fall in love. Love, 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 love. There's a force in the fist. When unclenched, it ceases to exist. It chills into light. So much freedom releases from the wrist. So insist on bliss. 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 And love, 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 love. There's power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making you or me. There's power in a word, love, vibrating at a frequency. There's a power inside that power inside that power is love, 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 love. So insist on bliss, 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 and sweet love, insist on bliss.
Perfect.
I love that song. That's beautiful.
Good. Thank you.
Well, we got bliss from your
That's right.
singing and their words, and they're great. So thank you.
You're welcome. My
Awesome.
pleasure.
Well, we're going to do our thing, and then after that, we'll get back to you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Well, here we are.
Here we are,
Doing our thing.
doing our thing.
Blissfully speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is bliss? Well, there's one definition that I think hits it perfectly. It's perfect happiness. Perfect happiness. I think being happy is perfect, but there are four important factors of enhancing your bliss quotient, and I categorize it as through our word, by being for something, living our purpose, and knowing you're always at choice. So sometimes quotes come through me, and I have to think about, what does this have to do with what I'm talking about today? But in some way it does. And this quote was originally widely contributed to C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis, added an L in there, I don't know why. But it's been fact checked, and throughout all of his writings, there's never any indication that he said this. So I don't know who did it, but it means something to me. And it goes like this: you don't have a soul, you are a soul. You have a body. You don't have a soul, you are a soul. You have a body. Isn't that amazing? So what I know is the soul is perfect. It's never been endangered or hurt or nothing's ever happened to it that can destroy it. It's always present in you, as you, for you. And so I looked up the word soul in Webster's dictionary, and it says this: the immaterial essence, animating principle, or actuating cause of an individual life. Let me read that again. The immaterial essence, animating principle, or actuating cause of an individual life. So I wanted to go further and get an idea of what the Bible's definition is. And I came across this gentleman, Professor Jonathan Lipnick, from the Israel Institute of Bible Studies. And he said the word for soul in Hebrew is neshama. And that means the animated force that keeps us alive, neshama. And that comes from the verb nesham, which means breath. So then he backed it up. He said, it doesn't mean our individual breath, it means the breath of God. So he quoted Genesis 2:7, and it says, the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And that to me is just so beautiful to think that the breath of life was breathed into me and given me this awesome opportunity to explore the world, to explore the physicality of being. What a great gift. And as the reading said today, we are that gift because God gave us the life, and it's up to us to give the life back. So let's take the first thing, through the word. The quote suggests that we are a soul. So to me, and in our teaching, Science of Mind, the soul is 1/3 of the triune nature of God that Ernest Holmes created as how creation takes place. There's spirit, which is God, and in an individual basis, spirit as me, spirit as you. Then there's soul, which is the power of creating that which the word is put into. So spirit, the word of God, is put into soul, and then creation takes place. The breath of God is breathed into my nostrils, breathed into Reverend Valerie's nostrils, and we were created. And then last there's body. So spirit, soul, body. So for us, soul means that place where our words get put into, and it creates the word into form. And the form is whatever our words put into. And I'm not just talking about prayer, I'm talking about our thinking. I'm talking about things we claim. If I go around claiming I'm stupid, I'm going to have stupid indications and proof that I am. If I claim that I'm bright and intelligent and smart, then I'll have experiences that take place in that way. So when you're speaking or talking, why not try to get to a place of bliss? If you're going to do a treatment, why not first go within, center yourself, and just center yourself on being blissful and speaking your word from that blissful place, because it gives more power, because you don't have to think, oh, I need to believe this in order to speak it. And it's true, you do need to believe it. But if you can get into a blissful place of speaking your word and being so outrageously happy to know that your word has power and it's going into this law, the soul, and it's going to produce the experience that you're calling forth, how great is that? How can you not be blissful to know that your word has power and it can do something?
And when you do think a negative thought, what do you do about that?
You argue it away.
That's right.
You tell it to get thee behind me. It has no power over me. This thought is nothing trying to become something, and I don't allow it to become something through me. And again, that's the argument of form of prayer. So after you've argued it away, then you can claim it again with the bliss, with the joy, with the happiness that your word has power, and God loves you so much that he created you in its likeness and image to be able to be a creator, to use that law that the universe was created by. So the next one is to be for something.
Yes.
Ernest Holmes puts it this way: find me one person who is for something and against nothing, and I will find another Savior, another Jesus, another exalted human being, just by being for something. Now, I don't know how you cannot be not blissful just thinking about that. That if I'm for something and against nothing, that empowers me to stand in my blissfulness and accept the good that is always around me and deny anything that is unlike it, because I am something, therefore I am for something. And go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and then you turn the TV on, and especially if you watch the news, what are you invited to do all day long? Be against something. Just like constantly, it's this thing's wrong, and this thing's wrong, and this thing's wrong, and these are wrong, and that's wrong. And so we'll talk about that a little bit.
Just think about what it feels like when you're against something. There's this kind of anger and this kind of negative feeling that you're mad and you're just not accepting this, and there's just an energy that doesn't feel good, as opposed to being for something, not being against war, but being for peace. Because if you get into that energy of being against war, then you're going to get caught up in the same energy that the war has caused. You're going to want to fight somebody. You want to make them think the way you think and all that kind of stuff. But if you're for something, if you're for peace, then you will be peace. And again, isn't that blissful to be in a peaceful place, to absolutely know that peace is right where you are, constantly unfolding in your experiences? Next, there's living a purpose, living our purpose. In meditation, this statement came through me, which I'll read you in a few minutes. And I had to read it a few times over to make sure it made sense. And I'll leave it up to you to see if it makes sense to you. But this came in meditation. We are here for the sole purpose to allow our soul to find its purpose and to celebrate it as it is experienced on the particular path that our body takes us.
Read it one more time.
Read it one more time. We are here for the sole purpose to allow our soul to find its purpose and to celebrate it as it is experienced on the particular path that our body takes us. So we're here for a soul purpose. And that soul knows what it is. It knows what we need. And even if we're off track, it's still there to guide us and direct us. So as our body is going through this experience, the soul is holding on to the purpose that is needed in our life in order to grow and expand into our next greater yet to be. And I was thinking recently, since we've come to Colorado, I felt like there was a purpose, that I needed a purpose. And I had a purpose doing this, starting our new center here in Thornton, Colorado. And that was a purpose, but there was something more that was calling forth. And I didn't know what it was. And most of the time we think it's going to be something grand and great and this big thing that you're going to do for the world. And that wasn't true. What I've come to understand and get clear about was about being there for my mom. That there was a purpose there. And that purpose was to see her through this time where she's heading toward her transition, and to with my wonderful wife, fulfill this purpose. And it's not grand or great, but to me, it's meaningful because I was looking for something different. And we always get what we're looking for. And we certainly have gotten this experience, which can be trying sometimes, can be challenging sometimes, but can be sweet sometimes. Like we were watching Jeopardy the other day, and even in her dementia, she came up with the answer for one of the Jeopardy questions. And Reverend Valerie and I looked at each other like, whoa, where'd that come from? Anyway, living your purpose is a very important part of finding your bliss and living in the bliss. And the last one is always know that you're at choice. What I'm clear about is that pain happens. We have things in our life that cause us pain, but we have a choice not to suffer from it. So no matter what you may be going through that is painful, you don't need to suffer. You just need to find that place where your soul can show you what it is that you need to know. So by being in choice, you can free yourself from guilt, from regret, from anger, from any other ball and chain that may be holding you back, and move towards that ultimate path of living your bliss. Just think of what it was like when you burst into this world. There was so much bliss around. There was your mother and father feeling blissful. There was you so excited that all you can do is and scream and express yourself in that way. But your life is so precious. And as the reading said today, it's a gift. I celebrate the gift that you are, and I'm appreciative of the gift that we are. Yep.
Yeah. I was just thinking when you said that, I think maybe the reason I was going, somebody just hit me. I don't know if they do that anymore or not. I don't think they do.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
So I know I've talked about this before, but it's still, I think there are these ongoing themes that come up for us, and I move a little ways toward it. Then sometimes I slide back, sometimes I don't, but I have talked about this before. I'm kind of a person doing more than a person being. And so I'm going to tell this. When I was little, when I was not so little too, my mother was always doing. And actually my father and my mother were always doing. And so my mother used to say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. She said that very regularly. I'll sleep when I'm dead. So I'm going to keep doing, and I'm going to get all this stuff done, and I'll sleep when I'm dead. So I started wondering about that just a little bit, because she did make her transition this year. And I suspect she's not sleeping. I suspect she's still doing and being and just like who she is. And I don't see her sleeping. Anyway, so I've had a tendency to do everything as fast as I can to get to the next thing, so that I can do everything as fast as I can. And then the to-do list, I used to keep it on one of the yellow tablets, and it was pages long. Now it's in little sticky notes and all over my calendar, and I have it on the computer, and I have it prioritized. And so you get the point. So I'm working on taking the time to do the thing I'm doing and be present while I'm doing it.
Hmm.
And so as I'm, whatever the thing is, whether it's the constant things I do on the computer, or the checks, or the dishes, or the cooking, or to just try to be present with that thing, instead of thinking, oh, and then next I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. And I find myself a lot of times at the end of the day, even though I've gotten a really lot done, I didn't get everything done, so there's still something to criticize myself about. So here's the new plan. I'm going to take the time to do the thing I'm doing, feel the feelings of it while I'm doing it. And sometimes the feelings are going to be blissful, and sometimes the things I'm doing are not a thing that I enjoy doing that much. And I'm still going to do the thing I'm doing and get the message from whatever it is I'm doing. That's my message from that. And so I'm going to be choosing happiness. I started reading this book called Choosing Happiness, and it's written by Stephanie Dowrick. And in it, she says, I'm not my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not my moods. Thoughts come and they go. I don't have to believe all of them or give them space in my head or heart. Other people are like me, inconsistent, complicated, and usually trying to do the best they can with what they know. So those, I guess that's kind of like two things that she said. But so we do have thoughts, and we do have thoughts like all day long, every day, and we don't have to believe them. We don't have to hook onto them. We can choose the ones that are important to us and let the rest of them go.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also think, and I know I talk about this too, I think that doing that stream of consciousness journaling, I think like first thing in the morning is a really good time to do that, to just get all of that stuff out. And I find when I'm writing all that stuff, as opposed to just thinking it and believing that it's true, when I'm writing it, I can look at it and go, oh, wow, look at that thought. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why am I believing that thought? And so, and a nice thing to do is to follow that with like 10 things you're grateful for, and 10 things you want to manifest, and 10 things you acknowledge and appreciate about yourself. And for a lot of people, that's the hard one,
Mm-hmm.
to really acknowledge things about ourselves. So here's some things I'm thinking. I am going to be present in my thoughts. I'm going to give others the benefit of the doubt. Because I know there's this, I know for me, there's this constant track. There's this constant dialogue, this monologue that's going on all day long. This is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like this. Oh, no, I should be doing this and not that. I don't know, maybe nobody else's mind goes like that. Maybe I'm telling a story I shouldn't be telling. So if I slow myself down a bit and start being present with the thing I'm doing, and then present with the next thing I'm doing, and present with the next thing I'm doing, and then as people might do things that maybe irritate me or aren't the way that I would do them, or to stop the thinking even, and especially stop before the word is said, to say, well, maybe they're doing the best they could do, or maybe their way's as good as my way. You know what I'm saying. So just try to be present and mindful before I talk. And so, oh, I love this. Albert Einstein said, my understanding of the laws of the universe did not come out of my rational mind.
Mm-hmm.
Albert Einstein said his understanding of the laws of the universe did not come from his rational mind. How deep is that? So even in all of the thinking and the understanding that he did, a lot of it came from that self-knowing, from that source that you've been talking about, from that soul,
Mm-hmm.
from just being present with that inner part of us that knows. because there is an inner part of us that knows. And we've all had those experiences where we just know what we know, and we know that that's it. And we don't necessarily know how we know.
Well, if you look at the hieroglyphics,
Mm-hmm.
did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have drawings of what they think God is. Like from the earliest indications of humankind, there's been this knowing that there's something greater than what we are, that there's something not out there, but everywhere present, that is intelligent, that is loving, that is powerful, that created this whole universe and everything that's in it. And that's something that's intuitive. That's not something that comes from a logical mind. We all know that, and we all can sense it. And we've all had experiences that have had some indication that we're right. Well, then you may say, well, what about atheists? Well, you don't have to label it God in order for to experience something that is part of you, that you know is there, something that created you, that made you wise, made you intelligent, and made you a thinking person. Because I don't know about you, but some people tend to think a little bit too much. I, on the other hand, don't think enough. We're always just looking for a balance. And I found my balance in my wife because she keeps me grounded. And what does this have to do with bliss?
I think is bliss, because when we aren't intentional about what we're doing, whether it's being or whether it's doing, we can just kind of wander off.
Right.
And so for me, it's being intentional about the doing and intentional about the being and conscious of the thoughts I choose to believe and the thoughts I go, whoa, where'd you come from? You just go back into that nothingness from which you came because you don't belong here. And sometimes when we're in the unconscious mode of just letting the thoughts that come convince us that that's the truth, then it can cause a lot of unhappiness. And I really think that another thing I read in that book, and I didn't write down, was that we can choose to be happy even when the circumstances are terrible.
Yeah.
Because it's not that the happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from our circumstance. And I think we've all had that experience where we got this new car, or we got this new house, or we got this thing we've been saving for, and there's a momentary bliss about it.
Yeah.
But it's not happiness.
Right.
It's not the internal kind of happiness that we're talking about. It's, wow, I worked really hard for this and I got it. And then it's like, and now I want da-da-da.
Yeah.
You know, so now I got this new car and now I want this to go with it. Or, because I can remember times when I was going through stuff and I didn't have the tools that I have now, where I thought shopping made me happy, and it truly did while I was doing it, but it certainly wasn't lasting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can even remember getting home and going, wow, I spent all this money and I got all this stuff and I don't feel any better than I did before I went, and now I got debt.
And happiness is, regardless whether you choose it or not, happiness is always present. It's not like something you can get rid of or destroy, because happiness just is. And again, it's all choice. I choose to be happy. I choose to find happiness in this particular situation. Like sometimes dealing with my mom, I know it's hard for Valerie and it makes it hard on me. And I just have to get to a place of happiness that I can do this thing, that she gave me life and I'm giving her the opportunity to leave this life. It's an interesting place to be, but I can find bliss in it, and I can find the joy of fulfilling this particular purpose to its it's revealed that it's complete.
So I don't know, they don't have anything to do with what you were talking about, but some of the questions I was asking myself while I was going through this is, what are my stories? What is that self-talk? What do I tell myself all of the time? And I'm inviting you, if it sounds like something you want to do, to take a little time to, within yourself, say, what are my stories? What is it that I'm doing that causes me more happiness? And what is it that I'm telling myself that causes less happiness? And then actually then at the point where we do those things and become aware of that ongoing monologue in the brain, then we can make choices. And again, and also, and how do I sabotage myself? Because I know I do that. I know that there are times when I don't even know exactly how to say it. It's like I might shine too bright, so you better not do this. It's a sabotage thing. It's an internal sabotage thing, and I'm beginning to recognize when it hits. But I think that's a thing to pay attention to. And how do I empower myself? And what are my strengths? So what are the things that are my special gifts that I bring, and that I can spend my time doing the things that are my gifts, the things that I bring, and what can I stop doing that's not my gift to. I was just thinking about that the other day, that, like maybe hire someone else to do if that's a thing that I can do. So I'm just kind of taking that internal, paying attention to what the thoughts are and going, oh yeah, this one serves me, this one doesn't. Oh yeah, I can do this thing and choose not to do that thing, and to move toward the things that give me joy and create bliss, and move away from the things that really don't. And I can't even say exactly what's what, because it's like I don't know that actually I do enjoy cleaning the house when I have time, because I really enjoy it clean. So just what I'm saying is just find those things that are your strengths, find those things that give you joy, and weed out those thoughts that are causing angst and concern, and you don't have to believe them.
No. There came a pause.
There came a pause. It's probably time for us to wrap it up anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, unless you have something else to say.
There was something else. It's gone. Lost. It's not lost. It's just someplace outside of my mind.
All right then. Let's just close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Just breathing in light and love and peace. And breathing out any doubts or fears or concerns. And recognizing that there is only one life, one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is all things everywhere all of the time. It is everything we can see. It is everything we cannot. It is this planet that we're living on, this solar system that we're living in, the galaxy and the countless galaxies beyond, into past infinity, into foreverness. It is also all the things we cannot see, all the things that are too small to see, and the countless grains of sand, and all the bacteria, and all the, all those little bitty things. It's all that. And it's every thought we think. It's every breath we breathe. It's the beat of our heart. That infinite intelligence is breathing our breath and beating our heart. And it is the absolute essence of who we are. It is my life. It is Reverend Michael's life. It is the life of each one present here today, and the life of everyone everywhere. And so I absolutely know that this life is absolute love. It is peace, it is truth, it is harmony. And I know for each one of us that we enjoy that love and enjoy that peace and enjoy that harmony, and that we understand that we are divinely guided and divinely protected, and that we experience radiant health and power and understanding and harmony, that we accept in others and give the benefit of the doubt. And then we just live in that place of peace and harmony and abundance and prosperity and joy. And so in absolute gratitude, I pass this word to Reverend Michael.
And so I accept that which has been spoken and add this: the blissfulness within me recognizes the blissfulness within each person that is tuned in to this service today. I recognize the joy, the inspiration, the perfection in which you were made. And I call forth within you to see the bliss in your life. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as, thank you, God, for my life.
Yes.
It can be as simple as, thank you for my breath.
Yes.
Thank you for my heartbeat. And just find the bliss in that. Because I know that this exists in all of us, that we were made from God's bliss, rejoicing in who and what we are and what we're becoming, that everything on this planet right now is in divine order with this bliss, that we all are sharing this one beautiful place to live, and we make the most of it. So I send out light and love to all those places where there's conflict, to all those places where there's lack and limitation, to all those places where there's pain. And I see that light going out and spreading to the world, and all those individuals catching what they need to catch. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for my life, for Reverend Valerie's life, for Greg and Sheila and Stephan and Susan, and for each person participating in this service today. I'm so grateful that you're here and now, and we get to share this time of upliftment, of creativity, of love, peace, and harmony. And so with this heart full of gratitude, knowing that the word is complete and now fulfilling itself in all our experiences, it's easy to let go and let God by releasing the word into the law, the soul, and allowing it to be. And so it is.
And so it is. Ashe, amen, and woohoo!
I love that. Hey, Susan.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Woohoo! So I don't know what it is about working with you all, but while we're talking, another song came to mind. It's one of mine. It's called "In the Silence," and you were talking about listening for your soul's purpose and how we have a choice about what thoughts we latch onto. And so this song of mine, I think, kind of fits in with that. So
All right.
Wonderful.
I love when that happens.
I hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure we will.
In the silence, I am asking what it is that I can do to become a vessel to receive my highest good. Not asking for treasure, I am listening for a higher voice. In the silence, I hear it whisper that I always have a choice. Am I asking the right questions? Am I traveling acting out of faith, or I fear the night. Empower me, or does it leave me weak? In the silence, I hear it whisper that I am the change I seek. When I ask for my questions, there are more than likely to lead to making the right decisions, to become a better me. Am I acting from humanity, or am I guided by divinity's voice? In the silence, I hear it whisper that I always have a choice. In the silence, I hear it whisper that I always have a choice.
Yes.
That
yes,
was so beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
You're
I
very
can-
welcome. Thank you for your words.
I can see why you chose that song.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Fit in. Yeah.
I know it went on the bottom of the screen, but tell people how they can get a hold of you and listen to your music and buy your music. And
You can just look me up on Facebook. I have a music page, Susan Clark Music, or just Susan Ann Clark, and contact me through Messenger on Facebook. I seem to be big on that these days, and I can steer you into the right direction for purchasing things if you want to. I can just send you MP3s for free too. I'm happy to do that.
Oh.
So if you like that song, I have an MP3 that I'd be happy to email to anybody who's interested.
So, and I'm going to say, if you want that song and she sends it to you, give her a love offering for that, because it's a big deal. And you know, that's how she makes her living. And so we want to support her in that too. That was absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Or make a love offering to you all too. CS Metro, because North Metro. I'm just happy to be included.
We're so happy to have you.
Yes, we are. And we'll talk about, I'll get in touch with you later.
Okay.
Sometime this week, because I have something I want to ask you.
Okay, great. I'll look forward to it.
So we're going to take care of some business real quick and then get back to the last song.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's that time where we tell you how you can support the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. And so you can give with Venmo, and there'll be a little QR code pretty soon that you can give. And you can go to our website, and there's a couple ways to give there. And there's a text to give right there on the bottom. And somebody tried to do that the other day, and there's something wrong with that link. So I'm fixing that, but don't use that one this week because it's not working. The text to give's not working.
Oh, okay.
Jacqueline tried to do that the other day, and she said nothing happened. So don't use that one. All right.
So I invite you to open your heart and ask yourself, did I get something from today's service?
Yeah.
And just see if there's a givingness in you that wants to share by contributing to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro, knowing that we will be here every week and we're here for you in all kinds of different ways, in prayer and meditation and classes. So just check into your heart and see if there's something that says, I want to contribute to this wonderful organization. And right now, we'll shine our light at the basket and repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
I give freely from my heart.
I give freely from my heart.
Knowing that the gift goes out into the world.
Knowing the gift goes out into the world.
And blesses many people.
And blesses many people.
Uplifts many people.
Uplifts many people.
And comes back multiplied.
And comes back multiplied.
For this and so much more.
For this and so much more.
I say thank you.
I say thank you.
And let it be.
And let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Well, we got one more song.
Yay.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure.
Okay, I think I'm going to end with this one. This is a song by Bobby Mcferrin. You all know it, so sing along. It's called Don't Worry.
Be happy.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when we worry we make it double. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no place to lay your head, but somebody came and took your bed. But don't worry. Be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He might have to litigate, but don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be blissful. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no one to make you smile. But don't worry, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Are you singing? Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, don't you worry about it. Be happy. I said, don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy.
Thank you. A more appropriate song to end the service.
That's right.
It was wonderful.
So
thank you. You got something to say?
well, thanks, Greg and Sheila, to
Oh yeah.
we couldn't do this without you.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks
Thank
a
you so
lot.
much. And it's very joyous to have you present. I'm sorry, Craig.
Nice to see you. It's been a while, Susan.
Yeah, it's good
Yes,
to see
I
you.
know. Thank you so much. I was happy to hear from you guys, and just happy to see your faces and know that we're all safe and well. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So
So join us on Zoom right after the service and share your aha moments. I think that on the comments, the link is there. And sign up on our email list from the website so that you know what's going on with us and stay in touch with us.
yes,
Yeah.
you have a wonderful week. Go out and be blissful and share that bliss with everybody,
Yeah.
as I know I will. So thank you all for tuning in, and thank you so much for being part of this experience. We send out love and light and wish you the best week of all. Thank you. Peace and blessings.
Have a good week.
Namaste.
This day.